Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Sanford Khan. Greetings again. Title of this presentation is actually very relevant and hopefully very short. What are the dangers of wearing a face mask? Probably the biggest danger of wearing a face mask, and they should only be used for a limited period of time, not for the whole day, is the amount of oxygen reduction you're taking in. Oxygen in the air varies between 20% to 20.5%. Somebody measure the amount of oxygen you're taking in wearing a face mask at rest using standard government equipment, OSHA equipment, to measure it. And surprisingly enough, they reduce your oxygen intake 2.5 percentage points to 3 percentage points. In other words, about 17.5% oxygen to 18% oxygen going in. That's a big reduction in oxygen going into your body that's at rest. That's not walking or jogging or anything like that I see people do. What it'll result in is less oxygen for the body, less oxygen for the brain, so it impacts your thinking. Your thinking becomes fuzzy, just like if you had too much to drink, it becomes fuzzy. And you tend to get a headache if you wear it long enough. And if you have heart problems or things like that, it could really exacerbate it and could even lead to death in extreme cases. Look, I see nonsense going on with these masks. Unbelievable. I can't believe the ignorance. I've seen people walking by themselves in sunlight with a breeze, and they're wearing a face mask. That's horrible. They're hurting themselves. They think they're going to get COVID-19. No, there's no concentration in the air. Whatever coronavirus is in the air is being swept away by the wind. And besides that, the sunlight's killing it anyways. That's a worse time to wear it. I've seen more nonsense where people are in cars by themselves wearing a face mask. It's not necessary. There's no one else in the car with you. Take it off. Get some oxygen to your brain. And one of the dumbest things I've seen, I go down to the beach quite often. I do body surfing when the water's warm enough, which unfortunately is not the case right now. But I've seen people just a few weeks ago, young people who I think should have known better, they're actually in the water and there's a breeze, it's during sunlight, and there's a breeze and they're wearing a face mask in the water. Where's your brain? You don't need it. The sunlight's killing the virus, and whatever virus is around is being blown away. Look at, when you're wearing a face mask, not only does it cut down on your oxygen level, 2.5 to 3 percentage points reduction in oxygen, which is bad enough. Think about it. You exhaust your air from your lungs. Well, that's carbon dioxide. But you're also exhausting viruses and other pathogens that the body is trying to get rid of. Guess what? You're rebreathing that, or some part of it. That's not what the body wants. You might as well be breathing the exhaust of a tailpipe. I'm being facetious here, I admit it. But I think you get as one of my supervisors used to say a long time ago, I think you get my drift. You're supposed to get rid of this. That's why you exhaust it. But you're rebreathing it. There's something else that I haven't seen anybody else brought up. When you exhaust and you're wearing a face mask, the face mask gets moist. Can't help it because you got a little water vapor coming out of your breath. Well, what happens when you have moisture on a fabric? Bacteria tends to breathe because there's bacteria in the air all the time. It goes right there and it tends to breed. It multiplies real fast. Guess what? You're rebreathing that bacteria. You're not rebreathing it. You're taking that bacteria in. Not only taking in the pathogens that you're exhausting, you're taking in new bacteria that the body doesn't want. Be careful of face masks. You should wear them if the building that you're entering, public or private, requires it. Put it on, but take it off as soon as you exit the buildings. And if you're in public, walking around, especially in sunlight, no one's around you, Even if there are some people around you, but they walk quickly past you, you don't need it. You're not going to get the coronavirus or COVID-19 by people walking past you real fast like that. It takes time and there's no concentration. Do yourself a favor. Think before you wear your face mask 24/7. Well, at least 10 hours a day or whenever you're outside, and you don't need it all that time. Don't ruin your health. Use it indoors and use it when you're told to need it. But other times, just take it off. I spoke long enough. I think you got, as my supervisor used to say, I think you got my drift. Anyways, until we meet again, remember, a secure future lies in vibrant economic growth. Appreciate it if you could pass this video on to people you know. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be well, my friends. Take care.